Hello. How are you?
Oh, okay. That was for me. I thought that was for the audience. Like, okay. I mean,
Okay, we can cut this out. Let's start again.
no.
Hello.
That's great. That's
Hold on,
great. Why
hold
would
on,
you want to
hold
cut
on,
that up? Yeah. Okay.
hold on.
Yeah.
Three, two, one. Three, two, one. Hello.
Hey.
How are you?
Sorry. I'm great. I'm great. I'm great.
You're great.
Yeah. I just woke up and we decided that we're going to talk at 5 p.m. and I just went to sleep after that and I just
Wait,
woke
you
up.
just woke up?
Yeah, I just woke up with the alarms blazing, that ton. I was like, okay,
Oh.
something is happening.
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you meant you just woke up. Like you literally just woke. Like this is the morning for you.
No. That is
Have you? Did you ever wake up at like 5 p.m.?
oh never.
It's happened to me more than once.
How does that happen?
Well, on one occasion I was working till like 6 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
So then I went to sleep. I woke up at like 4 or 5.
Uh, I was
I
trying to
guess I
remember.
went to sleep at like 8 a.m. So I
Uh,
slept for like 8 hours or 9 hours because I sleep a lot. And it was 5 p.m.
I was trying to think of a time when didn't I went to sleep at 8, and then I realized that whenever I go to sleep at 8, I can't sleep, and I just carry on with the day. I just don't
Really?
sleep then. Yeah,
Even if it's like the weekend?
that is a common. So I have never had my sleep messed up. I'm really conscientious about that. I'm like, you are not going to take away my sleep from me. That
Yeah.
is mine, and no one is going to get it. And even I do sacrifice my sleep for something or someone, I just usually end up regretting it. So sleep is off the table. You can
So
have
you
me.
never
Yeah.
you never do any like parties till late morning?
So during before parties, I have a party routine. So I just
Oh,
sleep for
okay.
10 hours before the party.
Yeah.
Then I make
See?
sure I'm working out before the party. So
Yeah,
during the party, when
exactly.
everyone is trying to go to sleep, I'm like, yo, let's get this party going. Yeah.
In Germany they have nightclubs that close at 10 a.m. They quite literally have nightclubs that it's 9 a.m. and they're still going. They're still dancing at 9 a.m.
I don't know.
Germany is a crazy place.
I wouldn't know.
Techno originated in Germany, I think. Or no, I think it was Detroit, but it actually got very big in Germany. And a lot of the techno comes from Germany.
Huh. Techno. So I think I'm too young for techno. I think
Yeah,
so.
we're both too young for techno.
Oh, okay. Then that's good.
um,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, but I
Okay.
mean, a lot of electronic music kind of comes from techno.
What kind
So,
of music do you like personally?
oh, I listen to everything.
Give me some of your favorites.
Um, I've been listening to American Idiot by Green Day lately, the album.
Okay. The one with the American on the cover art? He has that.
Uh, no, the one with like a hand holding a hand grenade, but a hand grenade that's also a heart.
Oh, I think
You
I
know
have.
that one?
Yeah, I think I've seen that. I think they are punk rock. Green
Yeah,
Day's.
they're punk rock, yes.
Yeah. So
Kind of.
I I so I previously thought all the little people were bad musicians. That is like, little peep, little poop, little Uzi. I thought they were really bad.
You
And
mean
little
like
Wing.
short people?
No, little. Lil Wayne, Lil Uzi. Haven't you heard of them? They're
Oh yeah, I
rappers.
mean I know Lil Wayne.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know Lil
So
Uzi.
the thing is, you're not supposed to call them little. It is not Little Wayne. It is Lil
Yeah,
Wayne. So yeah, I mix those two up sometimes. So yeah, so
but it's the same thing.
no, no,
Like
they
Lil.
hate it.
Yes,
They
it
hate it
is.
when you call them little. I mean, Stuart Little was little. It is not
Because
Lil
because
Stuart.
it just sounds too white. You don't say little. Lil Wayne, just like Lil Wayne.
Yeah, but the difference, the core difference is कि Stuart Little was little and Lil Wayne is Lil. So
Yeah.
yeah, there is nuance there. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So the point was कि I initially thought all this Lils and Lil Peeps and Lil Poops, they were all bad musicians. But after that, I actually listened to Lil Uzi Vert, and he is good. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, he's actually pretty good. And um,
What's it called again?
Lil Uzi Vert,
Lil Uzi World?
Vert, Vert,
The word? Like WORD?
Vert, V for van, E for elixir, R for road, T for table.
Okay, fuck it. I,
Yeah.
I would ask you to type it in the chat, but I don't want to
Nah.
like
Yeah. So okay. So the
distract.
thing is, okay, I really liked some of his music, and so we have Kanye, right? And the thing with Kanye is everyone thinks he's a douche, but then when you look
Yeah.
into his music, and you have songs like Runaway, where
Oh yeah, his music is great,
yeah, and
but
it
he is a bit
is
of a dick.
eccentric,
Supposedly
but
in
he's a
private life.
billionaire, so he's eccentric. You can't call him a dick. Yeah, right. So yeah. So in one of Kanye's songs, so if you take Runaway for example, it starts off with a piano intro.
Hmm.
Ting, 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 tong, tong. And after that, you hear Kanye's voice, and that is encoded into I think it is a synthesizer, and then it goes through a guitar amplifier, and then
Whoa.
you barely are able to make out what he's saying, and then they just keep that thing going till they reach the midway of the song, and at that point the rap actually starts and you go into the rest of the song, and there is no reason why that should work, but Kanye makes it work, and that is similar with these at least with Lil Uzi. I've not heard the entire rap thing, but that is, I think that is the case with Lucy Word as well. Okay, they are doing something good. And it is because of their names, no one is looking into it. Yeah,
Do you know Wiz Khalifa?
yeah, I have not heard him though.
See his Joe Rogan episode. He was on Joe Rogan. Actually, that's how I got into him.
Oh,
So, um, yeah. So, I don't know. He's just a cool guy. Did you see that movie, Mac and Devin Go to High School? So there's like a big stoner movie that's with.
22
So
Jump
that's
Street.
our, huh?
22 Jump Street.
No, Mac and Devin go to high school.
Okay, that is the name of this.
So
Okay, that is the name of the. I thought you were.
that, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, oh my
So
God.
so
Yeah.
like Mac is Snoop Dogg and Devin I think is or the other way around. Mac is Wiz Khalifa and Devin is Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
So so the story is that Snoop Dogg is a high school student
Hang
who's
on. So
failed like 30 times in a row. So he's like, so he's like 30 something, but he's in the last year of high school and he's in a class with these kids who are like 18, and he's like 35 and
okay,
he's like a,
sorry. Yeah. So I just remembered you did not introduce the premise of this episode. We just started talking and there was no
all
exposition.
right. Yes, I it's gonna say in the title.
Oh, okay.
So it is the 10 subscriber special. So we have passed 10 subscribers, which means we can do a 10 subscriber special. Um, I thought about this for a long time, and I thought, you don't get to do that many specials, right? So you get to do one when you're like 10, and then it's two 100, three 1,000, four 10,000, five 100,000. So you only get six. You only get six until you're a million. So you know, I thought, fuck that. I'm not missing an opportunity to make a special. So we're doing a special. It's a 10 subscriber special.
We should have done a 1 subscriber special as well.
Yeah, we missed that one as well. That's a bit petty though. If you do like a I mean, like I can see a 10 subscriber special because 10 people is a lot of people. Like
No,
if
that
10
is not
people
a lot
wanna,
of people. Two of them are us. One of them is our video editor person. Rest are mom and family.
okay, okay, so you've got
Yeah,
like seven people actually
we
listening
have
to
like
us.
4 people. We have like 4 people listening to us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, imagine like if four people wanted to listen to you in the real life. But anyway, my point is, uh, yeah, this is a 10 subscriber special.
If there is someone who has listened to all of our episodes all the way, we have to give them something, a small giveaway, because
Okay.
and Mac is going to sponsor it. Max, I said Mac, I meant Max. Max is going to sponsor it, and
It's all right.
yeah, yep, yeah. You can call him for the giveaway details. Yeah.
Okay. So maybe you should put like a password inside. So like I'm gonna say something like a black pen. So now if we could like as proof that you've watched this, we're gonna ask you what was the password. The password is black
We
pen.
should have
But
one
only
in every episode, but that can't be done.
that's but anyway, so if you say that, that's gonna be proof that you watched this episode and you're gonna get a small reward. Um yeah.
Plane
Yeah, I
tickets
don't
to
want to put it
Hawaii.
I don't want to put it in every episode because that'll get boring quickly.
Yep, for the 4 listeners. Oh my god. Oh damn, that was funny. Yep. So what do you want to talk about? Let's do this.
um, I am moving to Cardiff
Where is that? What is
in
that?
Wales. Wales, it's the capital of Wales.
Wales is a separate country.
Yeah, right. So yes,
Yep.
so like so like the UK consists of four countries: England, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and Wales.
5 countries. You said 4 countries.
Well, England, Scotland, Northern Ireland, Wales, right?
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
So I'm moving to Wales. So this is going pretty well. And did you see that? I mean, of course you did. That thing I put on my Twitter with um, every like is 5 push-ups,
Oh
and I
yeah.
got
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah. You need to talk about that. Go on.
yeah. Okay, so I put out a post saying basically with picture that says every like I'm gonna get for this, I'm gonna do 5 push-ups, and someone who I know who's actually Grit Cult, if you want to check out Grit Cult on Twitter, he retweeted it precisely because of the caption. So my caption was, I don't have any followers anyway, so I thought I wasn't going to get any likes. And he retweeted it, and people started liking it kind of ironically. So it got like 2,000 likes, and so over 2,000 likes. So I think I'm doing 12,000 push-ups now.
How long does that take if you do 20 a day?
I've got like 45 now.
If you do
I
25 a
did
day,
15 today, but I'm
oh,
gonna get it to 50 a day eventually, like when I
ha,
get stronger.
yeah. I saw your form though. Your form was great, perfect. So
At the end,
but see,
yeah,
you
at
can't
the
do
end,
push-ups every day. You have to skip a day. I think you have to skip a day or skip 2 days in between and then do one, because you have to give the muscles time to heal, right?
yes. I skip Fridays, but like I'm not skipping more than that. Fuck that. I know I should, but it's gonna take forever if I do.
But see, if you keep skipping days, then there will be times when you will be able to do 50 in one sitting. So right
Yeah,
now I can do 40, and on the best days I can do 50 in a single set. I stop for 3 seconds or 5 seconds.
right.
I can do 50, and then I can
Yeah,
wait for 10 minutes, and then I can do more 50. So that,
okay.
I mean, ki you will,
Well,
yeah.
but it's 50, it's still 50 a day. So now if I'm gonna like give it a day of rest, I can only do it like 50% of the time. So it's like I'm doing 25 a day.
But you are not calculating the increase in your production capacity.
So you think I'm gonna be able to do more than 50?
Maybe
Maybe. Well,
that is a
are
high
you
risk,
just gonna
high
say
reward. I don't know.
maybe?
Do you want to be someone who can do 20, 15 push-ups every day, or do you want to be a person who can do 300 in a
Uh,
sitting?
no, I wanna get a fucking challenge done, right? I've got to do, like, like in the best scenario, if I do 50 a day, that's gonna take 6 months.
Yeah. No one cares about the challenge except you. That's
I know,
seriously.
but I
Yeah.
do. I'm not gonna give up now. So,
Oh,
they're gonna be watching me doing those fucking push-ups, even if it's for the rest of my fucking life.
I hate to break it to you. Oh my god.
I
Yeah.
mean, if a few people watch it, you know how many people send me tips? I'm super grateful to everyone who sent me tips. People, actually take the time out of their day to like sit down and like write, like they wrote like entire tweets
Yeah.
of like the detailed instructions and like tips how to do it better, how they send me videos. There's a guy who sent me his calendar to get a meeting booked with him so he can show me how to do it. Like,
What?
pe- yeah, I'm telling you, man, people are great. Like, you know, I'm not a fitness channel, like I'm not a fitness guy or anything, but I'm gonna do it just because so many people want to see it.
So basically, the easiest way to get people to help you on the
Let me
internet is
let
to be
let let
wrong.
let me clarify.
Yeah.
Like, even if one person wanted me to do it, I would do it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and to that I was going to say, so the easiest way to get people on the internet to help you is to show them you being wrong, and that really gets
I
them helpful.
I don't know. Do you think so? Maybe. I
Yeah,
don't think so. I think just asking for help is great.
we have to try that. You have to send out a tweet saying, "How do I do a push up?" And then the next one should be you doing it wrong. I think the second one would get more engagement.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, maybe. I think so. Yeah.
yeah.
So, I mean, like one way, I mean, like if you ask questions and if you like show people how you do things, you're gonna make mistakes anyway. Like if you're just learning, I mean, like otherwise, why would you ask? You know what I mean? Like, why would you ask on the internet, like, can you guys help me with this? Unless you had some problems that, you were gonna show.
So you did not ask how to do a push up. You did a wrong push up. That is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but it's still asking. Like, you have to ask subtly. On the internet, like, on the internet, no one knows you're a dog. There used to be a meme
Yeah.
on the internet, no one knows you're a dog.
And then there is a dog in the meme, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sure.
but yeah, um, I saw something on LinkedIn the other day that said, actually, um, my colleague Matt State, the TikTok guy, um, he asked how to get how to connect with people you want to connect with on Twitter. And I think the best way is just to go to people's comment. Like, so like I told you, just use the search bar, type in what you want to talk about, and then you're gonna find people who are talking about the same thing, and then you just join the conversation with everyone, and you're just gonna get naturally matched with people who are, the people that you want to connect with. You'll just naturally match with them.
Yeah, makes sense. So I I used to think that I needed a lot of people to talk to, and with social interaction, there is a point
Yeah.
where it uh, plateaus. The
Oh, yeah.
productivity benefits you get from talking with people, it plateaus after a certain instance. And
Yeah.
I am trying to find the perfect amount of time between your productivity dipping because you are too alone and your you spending too much time with people. So there has to be a perfect point. I'm trying to look for that. What is that point? Because then I will have just be able to do that. So that is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. Well, listen, it all depends on what you're trying to do. So my approach would always be have a goal first,
Hmm.
and then once you have a goal, you do as much of whatever you need to do as
Hmm.
you need to.
Hmm.
So, like imagine your goal would be to like maybe understand the Bible better. Maybe you want to just like sit in your room and read the Bible for 16 hours a day.
Hmm.
But if your goal was to build a business, then I guess most of your time you would be talking to people because
But
you
that
have to
will
get
be
those
no,
sales
that is
in.
different. That is people for fun and people for work. Those are two different people,
Well,
right?
maybe for you.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I think it is beneficial to have different, I don't know, maybe.
Groups
Yeah, different
for
groups. So when
goals.
you mess up in one,
Yeah,
you
of
don't have the
course.
other one going on. I'm serious about
Well,
that.
well,
I'm,
yes, that too. But I'm just saying different groups for different purposes.
yeah, yeah. So you just have different groups everywhere, and you have
Yeah,
your central core group that is your very close friends. They'll have you no matter what, and then the other groups are concentrated. So you don't. If you break something in one group, it should not seep away to the other group and just you are all alone now, and you have to
yeah.
move the country.
Well, social media kind of
Yeah, yeah,
um,
yeah. I know.
changes that because everyone can see everything about you.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, if you post a tweet that's gonna like get brought up by someone and just used against you, like everyone's gonna see that. Like, the evidence is gonna be there forever.
Yep.
People take screenshots and everything.
Yep.
So, we're kind of past that reputation game now, in the sense that like if you fuck up, like you gotta do like, oh man, I've been watching 8 Mile recently. To
Oh. Dun dun
Yeah,
dun 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 dun. So that is the tune for "Lose Yourself." I watched it back
yeah.
in. Yeah, it was a great movie. I watched it for Eminem. I was in a rapper phase once when I was eight.
I love Eminem. I love this music when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Um, but anyway, I was gonna say, it's a classic. It's a classic archetypal hero story.
Mm.
So Eminem, right, is the hero.
Yep.
Like Rabbit is the hero, and so then you've got your enemy. That's Wink. That's the guy who, um, the little
Doctor,
guy.
the big
No,
dog.
so Papa Doc
Papa
is
Dog. Yeah.
Papa Doc um is like the evil fatherly figure.
And he went to a private school.
I know, but he's like an evil fatherly figure because he represents the status quo, like um the the corrupted tyrannical structure. And Future, the guy who hosts the battles, that's the positive fatherly figure
Yeah.
because he's like encouraging Rabbit to do these things, and like he's always like giving him tips, and he's like like his very close friend. And then the girl, Alex, I think was her name. She's like the um chaos
I
part
like
of.
her.
Yeah, it's like it's exactly, well, it's like the classification by Jordan Peterson. It's
Yeah,
the
I
same
was
thing.
going to say, how much was Jordan Peterson were you on before you watched this?
Pretty much, like I took that entire thing from Jordan Peterson pretty much. Except, he didn't talk about 8 Mile, but I think he would agree with it.
Yeah.
Um and so so she inspires Rabbit to do all these things. Like, have you noticed, like, he wouldn't be like, even before the last battle, he wasn't gonna go, and she came up, she said, you're scared of those guys, and he was like, fuck it, I'll go. And like every time he did something, like, she's like the force that like inspires him to. And she also wants to move out of Detroit, which is another thing.
Huh. I
See,
watched it a
like,
long time ago, so I'm not able to.
I know, man. I
Yeah.
know, man. Like, I wouldn't even notice these elements if I wasn't like, if I
Someone is
didn't
at the
have
door.
this.
Hang on.
Okay. Okay, so back to the story. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And the last scene,
Yeah.
what he does in that last scene? So he basically talks about all his
Yeah.
like things he's ashamed of,
And he pulls
things
his.
he's embarrassed
Yeah,
by.
he
Just
flashes everyone.
just exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, yeah.
So,
I. Yeah. Go on.
it's like a perfect story of a guy who moves away from being um not fully honest to facing his fears and being honest with everyone. Like, it's literally that story, and like the story of reward that goes along with it. And like, it has all the elements. Like, he descends into chaos, he's like beaten up by these people, and he reaches like a very low point in his life.
And his friend shoots himself in that.
Yeah.
Sorry, the problem is I watched it when I was 14. So everything I remember is what a 14-year-old would remember. So I'm not going to be able to nod along with all of the nuance you just.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But that's basically it. So I'm gonna have I wrote down a lot of notes, and I'm gonna have something, either something on Twitter or just like an essay on my website.
Nice. I'm thinking about starting to write essays on my Instagram. So I have to
Yeah,
amalgamate my social image into one, because without that I wouldn't be able to completely optimize the content which I'm making, because it is
what do you
too
mean?
bubbled, right? So
What do you mean to bubbled?
I have too many personas which may or may not be aligned with my true self. Those are big
Yeah,
words of saying I post tech stuff on LinkedIn, and my Instagram is personal stuff. But I there are some things which I don't publish because there are no means for me to publish it.
there's always means to publish it. Yeah, I definitely think you should start writing on Instagram, but I
Yeah.
also think like going on Twitter heavy.
Hmm.
Like, if you're verbal, what I found is Twitter's easier for me than, let's say, TikTok,
Hmm.
because I'm very verbal. I think in language, so like if you write, you can just like write
The growth is
tweets.
extremely slow on Twitter, though. Very slow.
Well, it's growth. It's been working better for me than any other platform
Yeah.
so far.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. It's not like I'm a catch on Instagram or something. That is not the case. So, yeah.
But yeah, definitely go on Instagram more.
Yeah. Yeah,
I try to do that also. Um, just going on Instagram a bit heavier, but um, yeah, we'll just see how it goes. I mean, I'm a huge fan of just experimenting with anything you can get your hands on, just any social platform.
yeah, makes sense. And this is the
Do you,
perfect time to do dumb shit.
to do what?
Dumb shit, because people are not going to remember that embarrassing shit you posted on Instagram. Everyone is going to forget it in like a year.
Well, I mean,
Do you care what
it
they
does.
think, and does it affect you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it,
I
just
like to
drop
believe
it.
it doesn't. I like to believe it doesn't, but that is a belief.
Well, I mean, obviously, if you're worried about it, then it does affect you.
I want it to not affect me, but that is not the case.
Everything you do affects
Yeah,
everything. So
exactly.
you cannot like escape from things being like your life being affected by other people, because it's
Yeah,
so like you could go out and get stabbed tomorrow, right? Anything can happen.
yeah, okay,
You know what I mean? Like you
yeah,
can post something on Instagram that's gonna like get an angry mob to go after you. That happens all the time.
yeah.
But like, so you could get on a fucking plane and die in a fucking plane crash. Anything can happen.
So that is the nihilistic argument, right? Then nothing matters.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm just saying, don't single out a single thing that you're worried about in particular. Like, don't be like, I'm worried about this thing. You should be worried about life. And, then just continue living, because do you have any other choice? Just make your life as good as you can.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So I was going to say something, then I just forgot. I just So this happens when I'm talking on phone calls as well, and then I just ask people to wait for me. I'm like, hang on. I just go silent for like 15 seconds, and then I remember. So uh, a quick tip for listeners. So when you forget something which you are going to say, the trick to get it back is to think the things you were thinking before. So
Yes.
you rewind and think those things again, and you're magically able to remember what you were thinking. Oh,
Yeah. Unless you forget what you were thinking about before that. That ever happens to you? You're like, what
ah,
was I thinking before that? You're like, I don't know. This, this is gonna be very entertaining for people to watch, just a cut every 5 minutes.
yeah. No, we are not going to cut that part where I keep losing my webcam, because are we? I
No,
don't know.
it's too many
The,
cuts.
the good thing is I learned how to make cuts on Adobe Premiere Pro. So this
Okay.
bit I'm going to cut
Okay.
it, make something out of it. Okay, so I learned that. So now I'm able to cut, trim, edit videos, and that is
Okay.
so much power, because previously I was not able to do it. I would just sit there. Okay, now there are 15 minutes at the end and the beginning, and I don't know how to remove it. But now I can actually go in and remove it. So yeah, I want to make movies.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
Like be a director?
I think so. I like to build stuff. I like to create, right? So that is the next logical step. So I wanted to make a programming tutorial, uh, but I wanted super high quality, and that is why I never built it. But I wanted to direct it. Okay, how an idea comes to me, then how you get in the zone while you are writing code. I wanted to make it into
To
a
make a video about
yeah,
that?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so how do you get into the zone? You mean
So
like a tutorial on how to get into the zone?
no, not a tutorial. A first. So I'm obsessed with first person perspective POV stuff,
Yeah.
right? So if this is what I have had in mind. So I'm just laying on my bed behind me, and I'm just looking outside the window, and then you have a soundtrack playing in the.
Yeah.
So I also do sound engineering, right? So I can what I can do is I can have a soundtrack that is coming from here, and it is from the speakers, and you are looking
Hmm.
outside the window. You can hear the traffic, and I can do that as well. And then something hits you, and as the music progresses or fades in, the soundtrack moves closer to your ears, and when you sit on the chair, the contrast turns up a little, the hues change, and
Okay.
uh, you zoom out. That is the intro. That is a 15-second intro which I wanted to build, but that is very difficult to do, and that is what I have had in mind since I got started. That is what I want to do. I can, yeah, that is what I want to do. So that is just a small bit which looks really beautiful. So it is like that scene in Social Network, but I think in my mind I can have a better programming scene, at least the starting bit of it. I think I can. I'm not saying I can. I think I can, probably. So I want to do that, but it is very difficult to do with real
Yeah.
stuff, right? So yeah, that is something.
You should come to Poland once, and me and Łukasz can shoot something for you because he's got
Oh
very like professional equipment,
yeah, we should.
top
We should.
notch equipment.
Yes, we should. We will do it.
Okay,
We will. So,
after COVID, because the
yeah, we will. So I
advanced travel now.
I even asked Kevin for the same thing. Can I sleep on your couch? So I'm using this podcast to hook up couches all over the world where I can sleep on. I
I
forgot to
mean,
ask Ira about that, but I'm sure he wouldn't mind.
I mean, you
Nah,
could just get, I mean, once you get more money, you're gonna get more money. Then you could get like a cheap
that is not fun though,
Airbnb.
right? That is not fun. That doesn't isn't a
Okay,
fun story. This is a fun
then
story.
do like a hostel, with like a shared
Yeah, but that
bedroom
is
with
not
like
a fun
eight
story. I
other
need it
people.
for the story. I need it for the story. It's a fun story. Come on.
Is it not a fun story?
It is
Do
a
you just want to
mainstream story.
specifically do you just want to specifically sleep on someone's couch?
Yes, and travel the world. And seriously, so listeners out there, I need your couches. Seriously, if there are like 15 different people all around the globe, I can afford it. Sometime, at some point in my lifetime, I'm going to be able to afford a world trip. That is not the point. The point is to connect with people online and just talk to them and have a couch to sleep on, because that is something our hunter gatherer friends would have never been able to do. That is like pure magic, right? You can just materialize couches out of thin air.
Oh, okay. So you just want to have enough fans that you can just I would I would love that. Yeah.
Yeah, that is like
That you
50
can just
different people, right? 50 people. That is only 50 people if you think about it.
yeah, but there's a lot of places in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. No, no, see, seriously. So if that happens, that would be magical, life
Oh,
changing.
that would be super magical.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think I would still prefer a nice hotel.
Nah, hotels are overrated. No, seriously. So I stayed in a 4-star once, and the only difference I felt was there were a lot more lights. The bed was soft. The shower had hotter water, and they gave me 2 towels instead of one. So I'm like, seriously, I don't care about those things. And then I
Oh,
stayed in a. Um, uh, so we went on this religious retreat. I'm an atheist, but the religious retreat was sponsored by a religious
yeah.
group.
Yeah,
So
you told me about that. Can
yeah,
you tell people about it
yeah,
just
yeah,
so that they get the
yeah.
context?
So okay. So um so there is this thing called yatra, and yatra is something which I think Hindu people, and there is a sect called ISKCON of,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure, Hindu people. They are Krishna bhakts, and they are like the church basically. So they have a
Right.
lot of money, and they take pilgrims to pilgrimage places. So I
Okay.
yeah, so a friend of mine, he was really, his family was really into this ISKCON stuff. So they were part of this
Yeah.
religious group. And then my
And
friend
they
asks,
convinced you to go.
no, convinced, no, they did not convince me to go. Oh, come on, no. So they were like, we are, my friend told me, so we are going here and we need about 20 different youngsters, because
Hmm.
so what happens is when someone from their religious group gets a good paying job, or they come back from the US, they try to put
They
that
leave
money.
the they leave the church.
No, quite the opposite. So they take the money. So they take the money
Hmm.
which they have, and they feel ki they were able to do this because of God or the religious group, and then they
Yes.
donate that money back. So my friend had a group of well-wishers who wanted to sponsor him and 20 of his friends to
Hmm.
go on a pilgrimage. And he asked me, and I was the one who said, yes, we are doing this. And I was just really, yes, we are doing this. We are going. And the thing about that is they are taking about 300 youngsters on this pilgrimage,
Hmm.
right? So
When you say youngsters, what's the age group?
uh 16 to 25, 26.
Oh, okay. So I would still qualify. That's pretty cool.
So what I
Okay.
was saying is ki when I went on that yatra, it was sponsored by the religious thing, and they had booked a very shitty motel for 300,
Hmm.
200 youngsters. It was really shitty. There was mold on the wall. The curtains had fungus on them, and the bed was all messed up. I have no idea how you break a bed, but the bed was broken for some reason. Okay, and they had a good sheets though. I don't know how they managed that, but the sheets were in pristine condition, and the
Maybe
washroom was
they were
okay.
new because
Yeah.
like the last one someone like pissed on them or
Oh
something.
my god! Oh my god! Okay, okay. I don't know if I should be relieved or worried about that, but okay. So yeah, so what I'm saying is ki, the room was really shitty, but I was with my friends and we were having a great time. I mean,
Yeah.
the room was one of the last things on my mind. I mean,
Did
it
you
did
have to give your phones up?
nah, nah. We
Okay.
were not allowed to use them during the religious stuff, but we
Yeah.
did not sit for any of them. We just said we don't, we are not going to sit for that. It was you were not permitted to do that.
So so you didn't even go to the
Ah,
religious thing?
nah.
You went on a fucking religious
Yeah,
retreat and you didn't
we
even go to.
sat for we yeah, listen, so we sat for the first session, and all they did was chant a single mantra, and they did not explain me the philosophies of the religion. They did not explain me why I'm supposed to do this. They did not go into the Gita. They did not go into anything. They just talked about their religious group and how their leaders were people from IIMs, IITs, and how being affiliated with them was a very privileged thing. They did not talk about the
Right.
religion. They talked about themselves as a group or as a sect or
Okay.
whatever. So yeah, I mean, I was not interested in that. So yeah, uh, so yeah, we did not sit for any of the religious stuff because they just keep talking about themselves. And after the first session, we just went there for food.
So
So
it
they,
was basically a marketing thing for them,
yeah,
like to
yeah,
recruit new people,
yeah, kind of. And
which, there's nothing wrong with that.
yeah, but okay, so see, that was a very dumbed down version of the entire religion, of whatever the religious stuff might have, religious books might have in the book.
Hmm.
It was dumbed down to be generalizable to people, normal people. So if it was
Yeah.
super philosophical, no one would care to listen, and that won't work. So
Yeah.
it did end up being very high level or low level, one of those.
High
I
level,
Yeah, so yeah,
like in
basically,
terms of very general.
yeah. And they gave us food about 3 times a day. So there were
Hmm.
there was breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And
How much did you have to pay for it?
me, nothing.
Oh,
Yeah,
free
that is
food?
what I'm saying,
We
right?
free accommodation,
Hang on. Actually, I had to pay
but a
about
meal.
$25. So
Okay, is
for
that a
three
lot?
days. For 3 days.
Is that a lot in India?
No, it's not. That is what I'm saying. I just paid because my friend said ki you have to, you can pay for the tickets. If you don't want to pay, it is fine as well. But if you want, you can
Right.
pay for the train tickets. So I paid for the train tickets, and rest she said there
Okay.
was no need for paying for any of that. So we did not pay for food, we did not pay for accommodation, and we didn't pay for nothing, right? So it was
Mm.
all free. So this is what I'm saying. So um, uh, we did not sit for the religious bits. We just decided that if you were going to be mad at us, be mad at us. There is nothing really which you can do. I mean, you don't have my what are you really going to do? I mean, if we decide we are not good, what will you do? You can't really kick us out in the middle. You can't kick us on day one
Yeah.
because we would have no. So we
Yeah,
thought
because you
deeply
would have
about.
nowhere to go.
Yeah, and we thought deeply about it, and we realized that there was nothing these people were going to do. And me and another I made another new friend, and he was a Air Force cadet.
Hmm.
So yeah, he was
Well,
a he is a Air Force cadet, and we decided that it was the risk of getting caught was worth it if we were in Rajasthan, which is about 6,000 kilometers from my home place where I live. And the risk
okay.
was worth it, basically, if you are going to have a lot of fun. And we did have a lot of fun. So it did end up being key. Yeah, breaking some rules is fine if the ends up, I don't know. There is no moral there. Isn't a moral there, but that was a calculated risk that we took, and we did end up having a lot of fun. We climbed a couple of mountains. We talked with the locals, and one of us gave one of them gave us a ride on his motorcycle, and we just got a survey of the entire town of Natwara because of the locals, and they showed us a couple of spots which the tourists did not know because we befriended the locals. and
Mm.
and then I mean, we basically had a lot of fun, and that was only because we broke a few rules. So okay, so the main moral of the story was ki the hotel rooms did not matter because they they were external, there was something external. And I mean, once
Yeah.
you lay down on the bed, nothing matters. If you can sleep
Yes.
on it, it doesn't matter. So why would I want a 5-star hotel room? That is simply a waste of resources. And yeah, yeah, why do you want a nice hotel room? What's the deal with that?
Oh, I just like them. I mean, I'm not saying I would like whenever I go somewhere, I just get an Airbnb. So it's usually nice, but I go for it because it's the cheapest option.
Ah,
So
okay.
it is nice, but it's not like super fancy.
Yeah.
It's
So
way cheaper than a hotel, like
yeah.
even a cheap hotel.
Oh, so huh, makes sense. And you just order food in, so you don't need the hotel.
Um, if I'm on holiday,
Yeah.
I usually eat at restaurants and stuff.
Oh, and then you go. Yeah, makes sense. Okay,
If
cool.
I'm on holiday and I actually have time. I've not been on holiday for a long time because of this.
Yeah,
Because of many things, really.
yeah, yeah. But that is the core of my argument, and that is those are my views on materialism as a whole, basically. So I'm not opposing earning money or getting compensated fairly. I have strong philosophical arguments on how you are supposed to spend it and how much
Okay,
increasing the quality of
give me those arguments. How am I supposed to spend my money?
uh how I have arguments on how you're not supposed to spend it. I don't have
Oh,
it on
okay.
how you are supposed to spend it. I think you should spend it. You should spend it on things which actually make you happy, and I mean
Yes.
really make. I'm not saying it is a nice to have, not nice to have things which you
Yeah.
actually care about. So those might include. For me, the best decision I made was buying my truly wireless earbuds, and that is
Yeah.
hands down the best decision I have ever made. It is exaggeration, but still. Uh, and
Because it makes you more productive.
so I'm able to use them when I'm in the shower, when I'm working out, and
Right.
I take these cold showers every day, and I just turn all of the lights out in my bathroom, and I put my headphones on, and you put on some uh, Devil's Trill. That is a classical. Have you heard it? That is
What
a
is that the name of the song?
yeah,
Devil's
it is a
Thrill?
classical composition by Tarini Ni.
No.
So I put that
Hold on,
on.
I'm gonna write this down. Devil's Thrill?
Yeah, Devil's Thrill. So the
Devil's
song is
Thrill.
about a violinist.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, and he wakes up in the middle of night one day, and the devil is sitting at the edge of his bed, and the devil picks up his violin and uh, starts playing it, and he tells the composer that you are going to die, and this is the song which the devil was playing while he lullabied the composer to sleep, and that is Devil's Thrill. So
Wow.
yeah, it is so beautiful. And so you are taking a cold shower, you have these beautiful earbud music playing through your truly wireless earbuds, and they are waterproof, so you can, and it is, I am reborn every day. So I just go into my dark bathroom, and it is like a womb, and then when I come out, I'm a new
Yeah,
Rohan.
reborn. Do you
Yeah,
do your meditation before that
yeah.
or after
No,
it?
I do it before. The first thing I do when I
Oh
wake up is my
man.
meditation. Yeah, yeah.
So meditation, then you take a shower. Do you have
No,
like
so
a workout in between?
no. I meditate. Then I have some tea. Then I start working
Right.
for an hour, and this is me trying to uh, collect things which I'm going to do throughout the day. I collect them, and I
Yeah.
create a checklist for the day, and then I have my shower, or then I have my food or whatever, and after about I work at about 7, or I work between 7 and 8, then I take a break and work from 10 onwards. So
Okay.
yeah, that is how I do things, and the shower comes after the meditation. But yeah, that is how I do things. Hmm. So about materialism, what arguments do I have about materialism? So I think many of the things
Before you can start, can you explain what you mean by materialism?
buying stuff, buying
Right.
a lot of stuff or
Yeah, but
expensive stuff.
you have to be more precise than that because
Okay.
it's definitely it's
Okay, okay,
right because
hang
it's
on. No,
not buying
I will,
stuff.
no, I will. So for
Okay.
me, I think there comes a point. So buying stuff, after the point you have your core necessities satisfied, expecting them to make you happy, even when, in spite of all the evidence you have had for before that, that it did not make you happy, you keep on buying things expecting them to make you feel differently.
Mm-hmm.
That is what I define as uh, toxic materialism. I just made that up, but that
Okay.
is yeah. So yeah, this is the argument I have. Okay? This is completely separate from negotiating about your job salaries or making money or building businesses. It is completely separate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my
It's
argument,
about spending money,
yeah, exactly. It is about
or
spending
rather
money.
not spending it on the wrong things.
Yeah, because that is plain and simple. So my views on money have changed to a point from where I used to think I want money to right now it is like game currency for me. So it is like, okay, I
Right.
can buy
Yes.
some things with it, and I can
Precisely.
exchange, yeah, I can exchange stuff for it, but I don't really need money right now and for the next 5 years, because I have what I need. So basically what I mean is, uh, be extremely careful when you decide to add anything new in your life. So you might decide you need a Kindle, but you have a phone and you can
Mm-hmm.
read on your phone. When you get a Kindle, you will get a Kindle subscription, and then you will
Yes.
get Kindle books, and that may be worth it if you really really like reading.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really like it, it is going to make you happy every day, and you are sure of it.
Yes.
Then go ahead and do it. But if you have even a speck of uh, doubt in your mind, will this make me
Don't do
happy?
it.
Yeah, don't
Right.
do it, it's not worth it. And cars are the worst things you could buy. Why will you buy a expensive car? It makes me so mad when people buy expensive cars.
What about if they just have a lot of money? Can you buy an expensive car then?
Yeah,
If it's gonna make you happy, like you like
uh,
driving cars.
yeah, okay, so if you, then again, if you really like cars, if you really like
Yeah.
driving, and if it is real happiness for you, then go ahead and buy it. But if
Yeah,
it,
it's just people who buy them for status.
yeah, for status. And I'm like, there are easier ways to. So if you have unlimited amounts of money and if you want to show status, then yes, you can buy a car. But if you don't have unlimited amounts of money, if you have a fixed
Yeah.
amount of money and if you want to show social status, there are easier ways to do it than buying a car. That is the argument which I have.
Okay.
So you could buy expensive clothes, expensive phones, and
Well,
everything.
they're still expensive,
Yeah,
but I
yes,
get you.
but that is still,
Yeah,
an,
still
and you can
nothing.
go on expensive holidays, and that will,
Yeah.
and you can Uber everywhere, and that will still show status in a more better way than a car would. That is the only argument I have. It is not worth it even for the status, because it's just not worth it. That is the argument. It's the core of the argument. Even for portraying
Yeah.
status, the cars are not good for that.
Yeah, cars cost a lot, man.
Yeah, exactly. You can just Uber is like, why won't you Uber?
Oh, Uber, I don't know about India, and here Uber costs a lot.
In here it's okay. So I have decided that I'm going to spend a lot on Uber because I really hate traveling through public transport. So I don't mind
Yeah.
even if I spend about 20% of my income on Uber.
Whoa.
That is a come on. Don't Yeah,
That is a
yeah.
lot.
Hang on, 20. Let's boil it down to 15. I think 15 is reasonable for me because they
Okay.
say they. Uh, did I say 20 or 25? I said 20, right?
You said 20. Yeah.
20 is not that bad considering people have cars which cost uh, almost as much as their
Yeah.
yearly salaries.
People take loans on their,
Yeah,
they have
exactly.
car payments that are like, one fifth of their monthly income.
Yeah. So what I mean is ki, even if I spend a lot on Uber, that is because it
Hmm.
really adds value. I can work in the Uber, I can sit quietly, and it does not give me any stress. I'm really stressed
Right.
of public transport, and that changes my life so much, significant, so much, that benefits me so much ki it is justified because I can write in that, I can work on other stuff, I can learn new things. So
Yeah.
over time, it just works in my favor for me traveling personally. And the other
Oh.
stuff, I don't care about clothes. I mean, so I tried this experiment where I was in a bicycle accident. I once pressed the front brake really hard and I toppled
Ooh.
over, and then I had to walk home with my t-shirt ripped at like my collar. So
Okay.
so I had to walk home that day, and then I realized ki it doesn't matter even if my t-shirt is all messed up, right? So it was not really bothering me. So I had that t-shirt and I wore it regularly when I was at home,
Hmm.
and I got acquainted to the feeling of wearing torn clothes at home. And then I was even okay with wearing them outside. So I realized I do not care about clothes. I mean, I'm going to be presentable if you're going for something business. That is completely different. But if I
Yeah.
left to my own devices, I do not care about clothes. Then I realized I can sleep on the floor without a sheet on. I can just sit like a sleep on a yoga mat on the floor. I can just do that.
Do you still use the yoga mat, or do you even remove that? Because I know you're gonna remove the yoga mat at
Nah,
some
see,
point.
the problem is that the floor is marble, so it is really flat. It is like a
Oh,
sleeping on glass, so that will just break my back, and that is not. That is
yeah,
just
that will
pushing
fuck
it too
you up.
much. Yeah, exactly. So I'm not that crazy. I have a friend who is that crazy, who will do that, and who will get
Oh,
his back
Jesus.
messed up. So yeah. So coming back to it, ki, I I exactly know ki how I'm trying to see how low you can get without things affecting your mean level of happiness. So I care about my at this point my computer is the best I could have. I mean, it is not very
Hmm.
expensive, but I know ki I don't need anything which is bigger than this. This is working out fine for me. So anything which is over that, it is pure waste of resources. What will I do with it, right? So
Right.
optimization, I guess. And that really, I have a chapter about this, so something's coming. But yeah, I'm actually, so yeah, I go into this in a much detailed way about how materialism affects you and why maybe you even think of going the materialistic route. I'm actually writing about that. Let's see how that turns out. But yeah, this is a very roundabout way on my thoughts on materialism. Yeah, I guess that's it.
How's writing the book going?
50,000, 51,000 words in. I don't know.
Okay,
I mean, it's
getting
halfway
there.
there.
So you're gonna have like 100K.
Yeah, I'm aiming to make it about 120K, and then I'll just
Cool.
trim it down from there, because I know there will be some
Yeah,
things which need to be trimmed down. So
yeah. Well, I mean, they say, um, and I got this from Jordan Peterson, a tip for writing. So write first. Don't care about grammar. Don't care about the structure. Don't care about if what you're writing makes sense.
hmm.
So write first, and then edit. Right? You don't want to do both at the same time. Like you don't want to
Oh yeah.
be
Thinking process.
focused.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Just
Yeah.
let it come to you, and then you edit it.
No, see, for me it is I think
It doesn't come
separately.
to you.
No, I think separately. So I think in a brown diary, it is this big. I think in
Hmm.
that I draw
Yeah.
diagrams, and then I write bullet points of what I'm going to write about, and then I flesh out those bullet points later.
Yeah.
So
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
That's
then
probably
something
a
like that.
good idea too.
Yeah.
Having an outline.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, I'm never good with outlines because I'm so distractible. Like
yeah,
I just move from like even my notes on 8 Mile are like a scene from 8 Mile, and
yeah,
then I start writing about writing, and
yeah,
then I start writing about something else, and then I
yeah,
start writing about something else. I just get distracted
yeah. Makes
easily.
sense. But the thing which I'm learning is that I can actually sit down and write 1,000 words every day, and that is very beneficial, because then I can work on better books. Or, my next book will probably be way better, because I have that discipline in me. I can do this, right?
Oh yeah,
So
of course.
yeah.
And I think what would work well for you is just putting fragments from that book, maybe change it a little bit,
Yeah,
put it on
that is
social.
what I'm doing. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah,
So, you can do that on Twitter, you can do that on Instagram.
yeah. Probably. Yep.
Are you on
Let
Facebook at all?
Nah, I'm not. I'm not on Instagram because I'm making time for the writing.
Yeah.
This is the first time I'm publicly announced I'm writing a book. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah. Let's see.
So no one knows? I mean,
Nah,
now they do.
no one is going to listen to this, so probably they don't.
Well, two people will know about it. At least
Oh,
someone will know about it.
I don't know. So, see, when I just say something in a really articulate way, I just get this rush
Hmm.
of dopamine. I was
Yes.
able to
Oh
put this
yeah.
out
Hmm.
perfectly. And
Yep, yep.
there are really some points in the book where I have, yes, see what I did there, and that is just my me stroking my own ego. You see how beautiful that sounds. I mean, when you listen to it, it sounds beautiful, and that is the part I like. It might be wrong or illogical in some places, but like a
But it
showman,
sounds nice.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I didn't understand how important being articulate was. Like it's super important. And like you actually have to train in it. Like you have to read a lot and write a lot. But you know, when you do, you just get better and better and better. And like you get better at conversations with people and
Mm,
everything.
yeah,
So yeah, I talk about that a lot, but I would recommend that to everyone. Just read more and maybe try writing. Whether it's
yeah,
fiction
exactly.
or essays, just anything that you want to write.
Yeah. So I think writing has made a difference in the way I am able to remember words. Basically,
Yeah,
I'm able to just
right.
find. So there is this landscape, and on it there are puzzle pieces. And when you are having a conversation, there is this perfect space in the canvas,
Mm-hmm.
and when you find a perfect word, just slides in there, and just and that's
Just
done.
sliding in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that is really satisfying for me. I don't know, it's pretty fun though. Yeah,
Okay, Rohan, I have to go.
yeah, yep.
So
I
we
talk a
can write
lot.
this up.
Nah,
Uh, no, we don't.
I
Maybe a
didn't say
little
I
bit.
talk a lot. I said I talked a lot. So I
You
meant
talked a lot.
right
Yeah, you
now.
talk. You actually do. You actually did talk a lot this
Yeah, yeah,
episode.
yeah, yeah.
think I think a lot of people are gonna have a lot of fun listening to this.
I hope so.
Okay, everyone. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.
Hit the subscribe button. Remember about the gift. The Max is going to sponsor you. Yeah,
Do
that's
it.
it. Yeah.
See you guys. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye. Bye, Max. We are disconnecting the call, right?
No, you're pressing the stop button.
Okay.